What's up, dads? It's Josh. Welcome to Best Dressed Dad. This channel is for us as fathers so we can either start dressing better or keep dressing our best. With the weather warming up, I want to give you my 5 stylish summer essentials so you can make it through this summer and not only stay cool, but also look cool. Before I get into the list, just want to remind you, please click the link in the description. This is going to send you out to bestdresseddad.com where you can find out more information about the list. There'll be more photos, more information, as I said. There also is going to be some links to some different brands to their websites so you can pick up the items I'm talking about here in the video. All right, so let's get into it. Stylish essential number 1 that you need for this summer is right here, a well-fitting white t-shirt. Now, the key with a white t-shirt, it's got to be well-fitting, and it by no means can be the same shirt that you use as an undershirt, like the one that you wear to work every day underneath your dress clothes. Let me show you the difference. This here is no good. It's way too baggy, it's not well-fitting, and it's gonna seriously just look like you're wearing your undershirt out in public. This here is much better. Well-fitting, doesn't look like I'm wearing an undershirt. This is stylish essential number 1, just a plain old white t-shirt. Stylish essential number 2 for this summer are chinos. Hopefully you caught last week's video where I talked about the shorts you need this summer, and I talked about a pair of flat front shorts. They're basically the shorts version of chinos. Actually, some people even call them chino shorts. But these are a good alternative to shorts. They're light and breathable. They're also gonna be a little more casual in nature. They're not dress pants, obviously. And although chinos can definitely be dressed up, I wanna focus here on the fact that you can dress them down. A couple different ways I think you can dress them down. You can dress them down by what you wear with them, such as a white t-shirt. The second way you can dress them down is what I'd call structurally. So mainly what I'm talking about here is the fact that you can just roll up the bottom of your chinos a couple times and it gives a much more casual look. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's a couple different ways, probably more than a couple, but 2 really that I use, I guess you could say. Here is one way. It's just simply, instead of it looking like this, which looks okay, I guess, just rolling them up twice. Again, nice look, maybe if you're at the beach or something like that. The other way you can roll them up is like how you see here on my right leg, where it's a little bit of a tighter fit around your ankle, but you just fold your pants over like this once, and you roll them up a couple times like that, and it fits a little closer to your leg than it does with this roll. So there you go. There's a couple ways you can roll your chinos. Chinos are a style essential this summer, especially because they're not really something that you're going to see too many other guys, especially not other dads wearing or wearing well. But you should try dressing them down this summer to set yourself apart stylistically from the rest of the crowd. Stylish essential number 3 you need this summer are espadrilles. I know, my Spanish is en fuego. Espadrilles, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna say espadrilles because it actually sounds super cultured, like I bought my pair in Mexico or something like that. But anyways, these are some shoes that I think you should pick up this summer. They are, if you've probably seen them before, but maybe just never knew how to say it until you got this Spanish lesson from me. But they are basically a very loosely constructed shoe with not a whole lot of sole to them. Sole is in the bottom of the shoe, not like sole. Usually some kind of canvas material on top. These ones have laces. Most of the time they actually don't have laces. I picked these up from H&M for, geez, probably like $5 or $6 on sale. And these are not a shoe that a lot of dads are gonna be wearing. So you need to pick yourself up some because you are not every dad, you're a stylish dad, and espadrilles are gonna set you apart this year. 4th stylish essential you need this summer is a great pair of shades. Truth be told, we fathers are really awful when it comes to sunglasses and our choice of sunglasses. These bad boys, these wraparound sunglasses, now these are the ones I use for when I'm cutting the grass, playing softball, going for a run, those kind of things. But these things are terrible. You don't want to be wearing these to the beach. They are solely for the function of keeping the sun and the grass out of my eyes when I'm cutting the lawn, or when I don't really care what I look like, such as, like I said, running or playing softball or something. The problem is, usually we as fathers only have one pair of sunglasses that we feel like should cover any different occasion. We kind of buy into the fact that sunglasses are functional only with no possibility of them being stylish as well. So what I'd suggest is have at least 2 pairs of sunglasses. One that is purely functional, like I was saying, and then another pair that, if you want to call them fashionable, you could call them that, where they have a little bit of style to them. They're not these ugly wraparound things that just make you look like a dad and not in the good kind of way. So if you have the function but you don't have the fashion, you need to get some of the fashion, and in order to do so, you need to know a couple different things. You generally need to understand the face shape that you have and go for a pair of frames that, generally speaking, is going to contrast your face shape. Second thing to consider are the actual color of the frame. So I'd say stick with really 2 colors. Go for black like this, or for like a tortoiseshell, like a brownish color. Those are pretty classic. Those colors have been around forever. They're not going away. So we've got face shape, then we've got color. The third one is going to tie into face shape as well, but that's just the actual style of frames you select. My personal favorites are going to be the classic styles, like this kind of wafer style, like think of your classic Ray-Bans, or this aviator style here. Again, this might be just my personality to like sort of a classic style, but these, again, have been around forever and I don't see them going away anytime soon. So they're a safe bet if you're maybe trying something new. And the 5th stylish summer essential are Nato straps. I am a huge fan of Nato straps, and they are gonna be great for the summer months. So if you wear a watch, it's usually pretty easy to take the strap off, whichever strap actually came with the watch, and replace it with a Nato strap. Especially if you have a watch with a leather strap. I mean, you'll see, you may have already experienced this, that on a hot day, that can get a little sweaty on your wrist. But a Nato, if you're not familiar with them, they're made out of a material, so they're a little bit more light and breathable. The other thing I really like about Nato straps is that you can switch them up and completely change the look of your watch entirely. And if neither of those 2 reasons do it for you, take a cue from one of the greatest style icons of all time, James Bond himself. He's been wearing Natos for decades. All right, guys, so to review, you need a great, well-fitting white t-shirt, Chinos, some Espadrilles, a great pair of shades, and some Nato straps to make it through this summer stylishly. That's it for this week's video. Thanks as always for watching. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment if you have a different summer style essential that you would have included in my list. Also, as I said back at the beginning, remember to check out the article that was written in support of this video. And until I see you next time, remember to love your kids and love your clothes.